Man, what's going on YouTube? It's been a while. I've been doing some tournaments, fishing Clear Lake, Delta. Yeah, tournaments with the club I'm in, Bass Reapers. It's been fun, you know, fishing other bodies of water. But today we're back here on Berryessa, late summer. Haven't been here for a few weeks, so might have to just figure things out all over again. I have a couple ideas in mind. What time's it right now? It's almost 9:30, so you know the sun's not super high. Gonna try to focus on some shallow cover right now, lay downs, you know, deep pockets. Yeah, probably start off with the frog just to see what's going on, and then cover water from there. A little later in the day, might you know, fish some offshore stuff. I'm trying to really improve my offshore game, you know, just to make me a better, well-rounded angler. Last week at Clear Lake, I fished a jig, which is very new to me. I don't really fish jigs that much, but I was able to kind of like dial in that bite, and you know, it felt good, and I just felt like I add a whole nother layer to just, you know, my skill set. So one thing that I have been trying to focus on lately in terms of just like skill set is offshore structure, you know, figuring out how to get them to bite in 20 or so feet of water, even more, to where, like, you know, if I can't get them to come up on the top water, they're not hitting anything mid-column, I can still maybe drag a jig around, crankbait, and all that. So today is really going to be focused on doing some of that stuff. Yeah, you know, other than that, not much else to say. You know, just excited to be out and get fishing. You know, it's a Monday. So let's see what we can do. We got the whole lake to ourselves. It's such a nice thing when nobody's out here. But yeah, we'll get to it. I'll keep you guys posted on how everything's going, what I'm thinking, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. Got him. Got one in the boat. So it looks like they will come up. Might be a school of them over here. Got another one. This is a better one. Oh yeah, they're schooled up over here. Yes, sir. Schooled up over here. It's a nice one too. Fat thing. Look at that. That's way our best five today. $229. All right, cool. Just let them go. Get back in there. So it looks like they're sitting right off this point, right over here. As soon as that point drops off into deep water, oh yeah, they're schooled up over here, man. Wow. On both sides of me too. Ooh. Ooh. That feels like a really good one. Big spot. Monster spot. Look how big this spot is right here. I'm gonna weigh this one real quick and get back out there. Wow. Four 7. It's a big spot right there. I think my PB spot is a 462 or something like that, but this is a really big spot. Go. Got him. Oh. The deep crank. Sorry, buddy. Get a quick weight, get back in there. One, 3. All right. Now blood all over me. That was a big one. Try to give him a different angle. Got him. It's another big one. Feels decent. Another nice one. Probably 2-3 pounder maybe. $260. $260. All right, you guys, quick update. Still on this point. The fish, they'll come up schooling, you know, hit bait. If you can make a cast, an accurate cast, like I just did right there and I was able to get one, you should get bit. Like they're literally coming up 10s, you know, 15 of them, all going after bait. We're gonna stick around here for a little bit, see if we could pick off a couple more. The quality of the fish have been good. You know, I got one over 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1. So far it's been topwater and deep dive and crankbait. So we'll just mess around right here, see if we can pick off a couple more, and if not, we'll make a move. All right, we got a little wind, people. Like that. I'm gonna see if we get that one fish to bite again. Get a little closer. Got him on the froggy. That's destroyed my finger on the hook set. Jesus. Got him on the froggy. Little frogfish. big, but putting together a decent bag. Two, three. Let him go. Told you guys I was gonna go get him again. Threw something different up in there. First, threw the walking bait. He came up, hit it, didn't get it. Revisited, threw the frog. Boom. People always say follow up bait. You know, usually a Senko or something. You can do it with other baits too. Big one. Giant. Oh my gosh, that's a big fish. Yes! Oh my god. Giant. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's like an 8-pounder. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. On a Neko rig, man. Neko rig catches big ones. I ain't playing. Oh, what a fish. Look at this, you guys. Monster fish. This is definitely a PB. Let me get a weight on it real quick. Oh. Jesus. Oh shit. $7.38. Man, what a fish. It's my PB. Let it get some water first. Oh man, what a fish. What a fish. Yeah, there's some grass over here and a bunch of bait right above the grass. And yeah, I saw some fish that were sitting in the grass a bit on active target too. Threw a couple things that they wouldn't hit, you know, so decided to go the finesse route. I've been really enjoying this Neko Rig. I don't know, it's just a really cool way to catch them. Tossed in there, saw it drop, saw a fish come up, boom, grab it, felt the tick, set the hook, and got a seven something. That's the biggest fish I ever caught, biggest bass. So super excited about that, man. Super cool stuff. I'm a believer in the Neko Rig for sure. So we're at 1765 so far. We have a limit, 1765, and it's 1:20. So I mean, if we can get on, catch one more 4-pounder, or yeah, catch a 4, maybe a 3 to cull, we should be straight, at least to get over that 20 mark. Our smallest fish right now is a pound 30, so should be able to cull that, hopefully. Here we go, you guys. Look at that fish. Huge. Big old fish, you guys. Feels great. Feels good. There's a lot of bait back here. The wind really picked up outside, out on the main lake, so I decided to come back here just to get out of the wind a little bit, you know. And came to this little cove, threw some topwater. Had one blow up on the topwater that I couldn't convert, but yeah, I saw a lot of bait down there and just say, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here and work on it. 376. That close out of 130. That puts us at 20 pounds. That puts us at 2012 today for our best 5. Nice fish. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a, amazing time out there. Put up 20 pounds for my best 5. That's honestly the best day I've had on Berryessa so far. I've been trying to crack that 20-pound mark for quite a while, and feels good to finally hit it. I didn't have time to film an outro out there. Actually, all the footage got deleted. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but towards the end, my audio for my chesty camera went out. So the last maybe 5 minutes or so, the last fish that I caught, there wasn't any chesty audio. I had to go with the live camera, but figured I'd do a quick outro here in the garage, go over some of the baits I was using. I get a lot of questions about some of the gear that I use as well, so figured I'd go over pretty quickly some of the setups and why I use them, and all that good stuff. But yeah, in general, I would say majority of the fish came off of a main lake point. I was able to kind of locate a school of fish by looking for bait. I was looking for big bait balls. Right now in Berryessa, there's a ton of bait everywhere. And typically there's fish on them if you could find the bait. So yeah, I started out, main lake point, used my side scan, located a pretty big bait ball, and as I pulled up, I saw a fish, chasing bait. There was a lot of activity on the surface. So Topwater, it's one of my confident baits. I immediately pulled that out and just started firing out casts. I think on the first cast I hooked up. I didn't even put that one in the video because it was a pretty small fish, but after that it was pretty much wide open topwater for about 10 to 15 minutes. From there, transitioned over to a deep crank bite. Once I didn't see any more of the surface activity, pulled out the deep crank, was able to get about, I think, 2 or 3 off of a deep crank. And then from there, once everything slowed down, transitioned to an Neko Rig. It's a technique that I've been working on lately. I think I mentioned that I'm trying to add more techniques to the repertoire, especially doing more tournaments. You have to be able to catch fish when the fish aren't biting, so. But yeah, 20-pound bag, 7-pound kicker, a handful of 2s, 3s, and 4s. Can't complain. It was a great day. So let's quickly go over some of the setups. The first one is my topwater setup. You can see the topwater right there. Topwater bait. It's a Neko kick knocker. The rod is a Shimano Zodias 7'6" medium, moderate fast action rod, paired to a Shimano Curado MGL. Yeah, Curado MGL. It's a 150 size reel. I like this setup. It's super light, super effective when it comes to like making long casts. Would I use this rod for like tight cover, like really accurate casts? That's probably not. But when I'm working a main lake point and you see fish blowing up 40, 50 yards away, like I have no problem getting this bait to them. And this Curado with that MGL spool, like I could just really send these baits. a long way, you know. The rod itself is really good. It has a pretty it's fast, but it's not super fast. Like that's why it's called a moderate fast. So like you're able to, you know, work the bait. You know, I could walk the hell out of this, out of any topwater bait with this rod, but the tip is soft enough to keep fish pinned, especially with these treble hooks. And I've had issues with these treble hooks bending out, and I'm surprised like I haven't lost more fish. But I think it's just like a testament of how good this rod is once I get connected to a fish. You know, knock on wood, like I don't really lose fish on this rod once I get connected. And then, you know, about midway through the rod, you got a lot of backbone, you know, so you can really pull on them if you need to, but you can see the rod, you know, it bends pretty much throughout the blank, and then it kind of stops right here and gives you that backbone. So yeah, that's the setup for my Topwater. You know, it's one of my favorite setups to date. Really quickly, my deep crank setup. This is Alpha Angler Mag Rebound. It's a 7'5" medium heavy moderate fast rod. I believe it's a glass rod. Yeah, it is a glass rod. And super light, unlike a lot of glass rods. Super parabolic. You know, it bends all the way down here into the meat of the blank. So super important when you're, you know, you got those big treble hooks and you get hooked up to a fish, and you want this rod to like really load up deep into the blank. This rod does an amazing job at that. Keeps them pinned, but also heavy enough to where like you don't get tired throwing this, you know, throwing a deep diving crankbait on this. I have that paired up to a Shimano Bantam. Shimano Bantam, this is a 6 to 6.2 ratio. You know, it's pretty much a workhorse type reel. I don't get tired with this setup. Throwing a deep diving crankbait 20-25 feet, like I can just easily, like I don't get tired, I can easily reel that in. I switched out the handle on this because I feel like the stock handle was too small. This is a DRT Varial handle. They're pretty pricey, but you know, I think it paired up super well with this style of fishing. A lot of people use these Varial handles for like big, you know, big swim baits, but you know, I like the way it feels on a deep crankbait. Super sturdy, super smooth, and just makes everything very easy. And I typically use 10 to 12 pound fluorocarbon for this. Let's see. Yeah, and the crankbait I was using was a Tactical Bassin. I think it was Tactical Bassin DD crank, something like that. My last setup is my Neko Rig setup. I also use this for, you know, a lot of other techniques, finesse techniques like, you know, minnows and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a Shimano Expride 610 medium, and I love this rod. This is it's a small but mighty rod. This is what I caught that 7-pounder on, and it handled it flawlessly. And this is also paired with a Shimano Vanford 2500 HG. Love these reels, super light, super smooth, very strong. And I'm running 10-pound braid to a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader on this. And for the Neko, like the actual bait itself, this is it's a Reaction Innovations. I think it's called Flirt Worm. But yeah, it's just Reaction Innovations Flirt Worm, number 2 size Neko hook. And then I have a, let me see. A 1/16 ounce nail weight in the front. Forget the brand, but you know, any nail weight would work. And able to catch, you know, 2 very decent fish that added to the bag. But yeah, you guys, those are the setups. Feel free to, you know, leave a comment if you have any questions about the setups. I'm not sponsored by anybody, clearly. Like, this YouTube channel isn't that big. So yeah, I'm more than happy to give my honest opinion on some of the gear, whatever. The next tournament for me is going to be at Lake Oroville. I've never fished that lake before. I know it's a spotted bass lake, so I'm excited to try that. Yeah, just see if we can figure them out. But if you do enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Everything really helps the channel grow, and I will see you next time. Peace out.